Hello and welcome back to Simulation Station. We are currently July 11th, sitting at 39 and 48. We just completed the first year player draft. I believe I showed you 6 rounds of that. We completed the rest of it and we actually sent out to the guys that we need to negotiate with. So, with that being said, I have just waived and DFA'd Dustin Garneau. He dropped to a 214 batting average. Just wasn't really getting it done for us, and obviously, like I've been saying, this whole playthrough, we want it Eric Haas. A little guy like a lot, and I want to see what he can do in the big league club. So, that being said, that's what we have just now done. Let's see if that changes the lineups at all. Does it look like Barnhart still? Gonna be our daily center fielder or catcher. Sorry, which I expect. So happy to have made that move. But we are gonna start looking at trade options. Jonathan Scope kind of looked a little bit, but I'm kind of out of option or moves to shop him around right now. So I need to simulate it, and then we'll see. Might sim up to All-Star team announcement, and then get back to you. So All-Star teams have been announced. Eduardo Rodriguez was the guy that made it for made it for us. Started the season out really well. Looks like also Spencer Torkelson and Austin Meadows will be representing the Detroit Tigers in the All-Star game as well. So that wasn't. I wasn't sure if Erod was just a pity vote to get like our guy in there from our team, but it looks like we are also being represented by Torque, which I expected with him playing so well this year. And then Austin Meadows, who's injured, which he probably won't be able to actually enjoy the All-Star game, but at least he has that to add to his resume. So good to see. We're being represented by three guys. Prospects All-Star game. Looks like we got Ty Madden in there. It's really cool to see. He's been pitching in West Michigan for us. Let's see. Anybody else? Nope. Looks like Ty Madden's the only one. So happy to see him there. Obviously he's got a pretty good profile, and he's going to be a guy that's going to be well, hopefully be into the big club at some point in the next few years. So I am now going to take a look at shopping scope again. I will kind of get back to you if we find anything. All right, so we've spent some time looking at trades for scope. Really have not been able to that warrants trading him. A lot of the guys are 23, 24, 25-year olds. At least in some of the prospect packages that we looked at. And honestly, nobody's really better than the guys that we have right now. At least I don't believe. So we're gonna keep him for now. We'll make or we'll see what happens like trade deadline day. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. So after a while of mulling over offers, we've kind of created a package including Jonathan Scope and some young pitchers for Jason Guzman, 23-year-old, profiles very well as a defensive player, middle infielder, third base, possibly. We're looking for a second baseman, obviously with Scope leaving, and I just think that somebody there wouldn't be the worst thing, or another player to compete for that spot next season wouldn't be the worst thing. And then Jesus Lugo, we threw in there. So we're going to go with this. We're retaining 35% of Jonathan Scope's salary. But yeah, this is kind of going to be the trade that we go with since Scope is so upset. I would prefer not to trade him, but as of right now, we're sitting at 41 and 52. So we're not going to be competing for anything, or else we wouldn't even think about trading him. So yeah, this is what we're going to go with. So with Scope now being gone, I had to bring up another player. Another middle infielder really makes sense here. So we're gonna we brought back Willie Castro. To my chagrin, he didn't do too well. He even got demoted to Double A for a game or two. But we're gonna give him another shot. He's a guy that had a lot of potential for us at one point in his time with the Tigers. So we'll give him another go. We'll see how he can do. Zach Short is going to maintain the second base starting role. But we're sitting at 41 and 52 right now. Let's give some updates kind of on how things are going. The pitching side, Casey Mize is hot, which is great. Chafin's hot. Mize obviously with a 4 ERA. But yeah, he's still bolstering a 1.5 WAR, so he's worth throwing out there every day. Scooble is struggling, throwing the baseball a bit this year. Still throws quite a few strikeouts, which is good, but yeah, he's not as well as he could. And Erod is a bit of a disappointment for what we've paid for him, or what we have him for. So hopefully he kind of figures that out in the years to come. Alexander's still been good, and Pineda's been doing really well for us as well. So Cisneros pretty struggled a bit since being added into the bullpen, but yeah, that's kind of the look at our team right now. Any other things that are notable? Spencer's kind of cooled off a bit in the batting average, but other than that, Bakil Badu batting fourth is a surprise, but he does have some pop. Sure. 13 home runs this season, so that's good to see. Victor Reyes hitting 240. 2 home runs, 20 RBIs, starting over Grossman for us, which we think when we get closer to the deadline, I'm going to be looking to make a move with Grossman as well. So we will see you around the trade deadline. All right, so Hutchison is eligible to come off the IL again, which means I think that we're going to be demoting Kyle Funkhauser once again. He's just kind of stayed steady around a high 6 or a high 5, or a middle 5 ERA. Throws Ks or strikeouts, but I just can't. With Roney's performance this season, obviously he's cooled off a bit, but I want to keep giving him the chance to keep proving himself. I guess one of the moves we could do is DFA Jacob Barnes, but that's not really something that I want to do, but I kind of am leaning towards it. So minus war. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that we're gonna DFA Jacob Barnes and give Funkhauser more time. I like Funkhauser. He's proven himself over the past few years that he'd be a solid big league pitcher. So that is what we're going to do there. We're getting close to the trade deadline. Obviously, it's July 30, so one more day until the trade deadline, or it's, I don't know how many days are in July. So, yeah, so we'll add Drew Hutchinson back into the bullpen, and we will see you in a bit. All right, so we are back. I spent more time looking through trades, talking to other GMs, and we have come to a deal to get some expiring contracts off of our team and get something in return for them. Guys that we don't plan to re-sign after or in the off season, so it's going to be nice to get something for these guys. Grossman obviously hasn't been happy with us all majority of the season. He's had a few stints starting, but Reyes seems to be the guy in left field for us this year. Fulmer, our closer, he has done all right. Hasn't done anything crazy good. He's racked up 18 saves, 0.7 WAR. But other than that, I mean, and then he's got a 4.81 ERA, so not the best. And he's an expiring contract. And then we are going to be also giving up 23-year-old Brant Herter. As you can see, he's got 3 pitches, decent fastball slider combination. He's pitching in Lakeland this year, 3.78 ERA. 111 ERA plus, so decent Ks. So he's actually a decent player, it looks like, but it's somebody that I'm willing to give up for Sebastian Espino. Second, third base, left field, right field possibility. Obviously, would need work for that, but he's a guy that honestly looks like could come in next year and do something for us. The highest level he's played so far is AA, but I mean, looking at his stats over the last 2 years, he's a guy that hits. He just hits the ball, so you love to see that. It's for power, it's for average. I think we could get a pretty good steal here. Profiles defensively, averagely. So he's a guy that I'm excited about. And then we're getting Hayden Junger, 21-year-old right-hander. 3-pitch mix, mostly fastball slider. Profiled to have a well above average fastball and pretty high velocity kind of pitcher, power pitcher. So good to get another arm back to help us out someday. Pitched in rookie ball and at the high A level first year, but it's kind of went down from there, it looks like. But he's a guy that's worth taking a look at, I think, within our organization, just based off his profile. So that is the trade that we're going to do. We're kind of going full rebuild type of thing this season, getting some contracts off our books, and trying to get some guys back for them. So, yeah, that's what we are going for. Now I'll see you in a bit. So the fans aren't too thrilled with that move. I knew it wouldn't be the best for fan loyalty. Unfortunate, because they were big fans of Robbie Grossman, but he hasn't been happy and he's in expiring contract. So I think it was best to let him go. Toronto was looking to, or is in the hunt to win now, so they are obviously trying to bolster their roster a bit for the playoffs. So from a management perspective, we're happy to get Grossman gone, but yeah, he was a good leader in our clubhouse and obviously a fan favorite. So that'll be a bit of a hit to our attendance, probably with fans not being too happy with us there. Now, August 1st, we have moved past the deadline. The trades that I showed you are kind of the only trades that we've done. We got another accolade for Spencer Torkelson this season, being the first-time player of the week. Great player. Really excited that he's showing up this year. We got some development updates. Looks like Zach Short's regressing a bit, speed-wise. Alexander's dropping a bit. Daz improving, as well as Kreidler. You like to see that. Daniel Cabrera has moved up the ranks quite a bit this season, up all the way up to AAA from single A, I believe, at the beginning of the season. So that's good to see that he's continuing to improve a bit. Few other guys. Anything? Garrett Burnham or Burhan, 22-year-old at Lakeland, is improving a bit. So yeah, good to see. Good to see that we got some guys improving. So some more unfortunate news for us. Austin Meadows has suffered a setback. He will be out for another 2 to 3 months. That's unfortunate. But I mean, we're not in a hunt for anything, so it's not really that big of a deal. We'll continue to get some younger guys some reps. Yeah. One thing that I kind of forgot to update you guys on after the trade is the call-ups that we did to fill those holes. We promoted Brian Garcia, who was pitching well at AAA, with a 2.67 ERA, 11 Ks per 9, so above his WAR as well. So see what he can do. And we also promoted Derek Hill, and yeah, we'll also see what he can do. He was playing very well, 2.6 WAR down there, so a high on base percentage, hit a few home runs, showing some power in his bat, and a pretty good average. So we're gonna keep simming. I'll probably see you at the beginning of the next month. Got a little bit of an update on Spencer Turnbull, who was out with Tommy John surgery from last season. It looks like he is recovering very well. It's great to see that, and should be available at full strength as soon as he's eligible to come off the 60-day. So Jake Rogers is available to come off of the injured list. So we are going to make space for him, we're going to be releasing Justin Garneau. It's really struggled. AAA, as you can see, just posting a 158, and with 3 catchers, hasn't really given him a whole lot of time to get some at bats. So at age 35, I think that we are going to release him. And put Jake Rogers into AAA for now and see how he does. We might even throw him on a rehab assignment just to give us a little more time as well to kind of figure out what better to do with him. Looking at this a bit more, Jake Rogers, we've placed him on a rehab start. It'll be interesting to see how much time he actually gets with Dingler up, filling most of the time at catcher. He had a great season this season at AA with a 311 batting average, 3.0 WAR, 17 home runs, and 49 RBIs. He's a guy that we're looking forward to seeing at the major league level at some point, but we also do like Jake Rogers' profile, solid defensive catcher with some pretty good power. So they'll be splitting some time, which is not ideal for either of them, but I want to keep Dingler up at the AAA level just to kind of let him continue to improve against better competition. So after trading Fulmer, our reliever Andrew Chafin, one of our bigger signings in the last offseason, earned himself an award last season, posting a 1.4 or 1.46 average, 12 saves, 9 strikeouts over 15 innings. Good to see that the closer role is being filled well, and possibly even better than Fulmer was doing it. So good to see there for Andrew Chafin. It is also time for roster expansion. A big name that's been playing in AAA for the last month. He finally came off the IL. Riley Green. So over 26 games, he's posted a .264 ERA, 5 home runs, and 16 RBIs. I think we're going to be bringing him up to give him some time at the major league level. We are expecting him to be a major league player next season, so it'll be good to see what he can do in this month of September during the roster expansion. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet with the next roster spot. I'm looking at pitchers. I'm thinking Matt Manning deserves some time back in the majors. Hopefully we can give him a starting job next season. Kind of disappointed that he wasn't able to find some time with us this season in a starting role after Pineda came back, but he hasn't done the best, and he's quite upset with his performance as well, and his role, because he really would rather be in the majors. So I think we're going to give him some time in the majors and play it from there. As you can see, Hinch has Riley Green slotted in already in the 3-hole and starting in right field. It'll be good this month to see these guys that have all been kind of battling for the outfield positions. Just to kind of see how they do over this month, all playing together and splitting time. But excited to see how Green does, for sure. With Manning back, he's going to be put right into a setup role, similar to what he was playing during his time a few weeks after Pineda came back, before we put him down into the minor, or into Toledo. So at least he'll get some time with the big league club and be able to learn from some big league pitchers. But yeah, we'll see how he likes being a setup man. Another thing I'd like to update you guys on is actually we actually had a winning month in the month of August. Hopefully we can continue to do that in the month of September. But we're sitting 2 games ahead of the Guardians. And hopefully we can stay at third, at least that third place position in the division. Obviously, it doesn't earn us anything, but it'll be nice to see. A little bit of an update before we really get into the month of September. Spencer Torkelson, 38 home runs, 100 RBIs in his rookie year, 0.296 average. So we will definitely be looking to extend him and probably pay him some pretty good money to do so. So another thing that we haven't really talked about a lot this series is our starting rotation. It's kind of been steady the whole season. Not great seasons by Mize and Scooble are 2 guys that we really are looking to be front-end guys in the years to come. Unfortunate, but a solid season from Alexander. That's just good to see. And Pineda, our 1-year guy. We'll look to possibly bring him back, but I'm not sure with so many young guys coming up. Big surprise this season has been Brendan White. He started in West Michigan and earned his way all the way up to AAA. So he's going to be a guy we're going to keep an eye on. As you can see, he's 11-1 AAA with a 2.22 ERA. So he is possibly the real deal. 5'11", pretty good profile. So only 23 years old as well. So we'll keep an eye on him for sure. Spencer Turnbull is officially eligible to come off of the IL. We are definitely going to be taking precautions with him and putting him on a rehab assignment. I don't even know if we'll get him into the major league club at all this spring. We'll just kind of let him take it easy down there and kind of see how he can do. But yeah, it's good to see him back, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do next year. It is now September 19th. We're approaching the end of the season, but as you can see, Riley Green, player of the week. It's great to see. It's unfortunate that we couldn't have him in our team for the rest of the season, but I mean, he is smashing the ball for his 16 games played. 3.38 or a 0.338 average, 169 OPS plus, over 1,000 OPS, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. He is showing what he can do. So looking forward to what he can do next season, and we might even look to spend some money on locking him up as well through his arbitration years. So we do need to finally clear some space for Jake Rogers. And I think that is going to come in the form of Daz Cameron being sent down back to AAA for the rest of the season. We want to see what Jake can do at the major league level. Obviously, we'll be running 3 catchers, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So we will be moving him on up to Detroit. And as you can see, we have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. No surprise there. But we are in a battle for the third place finish in the division. So hopefully we can finish strong and give ourselves a little bit of a boost going into the off season and into next season. So the end of the season is officially here. The Detroit Tigers finished the season 74-88, 34 games behind the Chicago White Sox, who had a monster year. we'll keep an eye out for them to possibly win the World Series this year. So, not really even close to 500 ball, which is unfortunate. You can see that we don't rank very highly in offense. Besides home runs, we're middle of the pack. And our pitching was very mediocre as well. So, we'll look to improve in the off season. For this episode, that'll be it. The next episode will be reviewing kind of the season, our players, and heading into the postseason and looking to improve our team. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.